Hello and welcome back to Act 2, Scene 4. In this scene, the scenario is Nurse pleading Romeo to marry Juliet. Mercutio. Where was Romeo that night?
Not at his father's. I spoke with him earlier that day. Doesn't worry me though. You know, he's a grown man. He'll be alright.
Mercutio, what do you think of Tybalt?
Oh, he's the most gorgeous man of compliments. He is an immortal passado, and I wouldn't think of fighting him unless he really pushed my buttons.
That's pretty interesting. What do you think of Capulet?
They are the pox of such antic. With the lisps, they tune our language. It's just annoying. They reek of irritation, and I can't even stand to see, let alone think, of those butt-faced knickerbockers.
Wow, you feel pretty strongly about that.
Yep.
Okay, thank you.
Get your energy beans, only $25.95.
You answer Mercutio talking about Romeo, and you say, how he dares be dared.
I meant that Romeo will answer thy letters, master. When he is dared, he takes thy challenge.
Why do you stop Mercutio in his sentence by saying, stop there, stop there? What are you stopping him from?
I dare start Mercutio in his tale, because thy tale have been made too large.
What do you mean when you say, a sail, a sail?
I cry of one sail, like a sailor who hath spotted a ship upon thy horizon.
We'll be right back.
Get your sleeping potion so you can sleep, only $19.99.
Welcome back. Nurse, when you said, out upon you, what a man are you? What did you mean?
I meant, get out of here. What kind of man are you?
Nurse, what did you say if he, sir, I desire some confidence with you?
Because if he was the Romeo I was looking for, then I would have confidence with him. Excuse me, I'm gonna get some water.
Okay. Welcome back, nurse. Nurse, when you went to see Romeo upon Juliet's orders, and told Romeo, but first let me tell ye, if ye should lead ye to a fool's paradise, as they say, it were a very gross kind of behavior, as they say. What exactly did you mean?
I had meant that it were a very gross kind of behavior, and that he should only inquire to be with her if his feelings for her were true.
When you first began to speak to Romeo, and you told him that what she bade me say, I shall keep to myself, what did you not just tell Romeo what Juliet asked? Why did you not want to tell Romeo immediately?
I did not want to tell Romeo because I first wanted to make sure he was a good man. I needed him to know that if you should deal double with her, truly it were an ill thing to be offered to any gentlewoman, and very weak dealing. I wanted to make sure his love for my lady was true.
When you said to Romeo, I'll tell her that you protest to her, which is a very gentlemanlike offer, why do you agree to help Juliet marry her enemy's son?
I realized that Romeo is of a good heart and of faith. I decided that if they truly loved each other, that I would not be the reason they would not be brought together.
Get your handy-dandy pocket knife for $30.99.
Romeo, when you said good morrow to you both, what counterfeit did I give you? And Mercutio respond, the slip, sir, the slip. Can you conceive? Did you really not know what you had ignored, his dual request?
I had no idea that I had offended Mercutio. My mind was completely absorbed by my wedding with Juliet. I even told him, pardon, good Mercutio, my business was great, and in such a case as mine, a man may strain courtesy.
Welcome back. Romeo, when the nurse asked, is your man's secret, did you near her say, did you ever doubt Balthazar had told anyone about your secret wedding with Juliet?
I never doubted dear Balthazar for a second. As I said, I warrant thee, my man's true as steel. I knew that he would never betray me.
Now let's watch the scene.
Where the devil should thy Romeo be?
Not to his fathers I spoke with this man.
Why? That same pale-hearted wench Rosaline torments him so that he will not sure run mad.
Tybalt the kinsman of his old Capulet hath sent a letter to his father's house.
A challenge on my life.
Romeo will answer it.
Any man that can write may answer a letter.
Nay, he will answer the letter's master, how he dares being dared.
Alas, poor Romeo, he is already dead, stabbed with a white wench's black eye. And is he a man to encounter Tybalt?
Why, what is Tybalt?
He's a gorgeous captain of compliments. He fights as you sing, a gentleman of the first house. He is an immortal passado.
The what?
The pox of such antic, a very good blade, a very tall man, a very good whore, who stands so much on the new form that they can't sit at case on the old bench.
Here comes Romeo, here comes Romeo.
Romeo, bonjour. You gave us the counterfeit fairly last.
Good morrow to you both. What counterfeit did I give you?
The slip, sir, the slip. Can you not conceive?
Pardon, good Mercutio, my business was great. In such a case as mine, a man may strain courtesy.
That's as much to say, such as your constrains a man to bow in the hands.
Meaning to courtesy.
Thou hast most kindly hit it.
A most curious exposition.
Nay, I am very pink at courtesy.
Pink for the flower?
Right.
Why then my pomp is well flowered.
Nay, if thy wits run the wild goose chase,
O single-souled jest, solely singular for the singleness.
I will bite thee by the ear for that jest.
Swits and spurs, or I'll cry a match.
Thy wit is a very bitter sweeting. It is a most sharp sauce.
Thou wast never with me for anything when thou wast not there for the goose.
Oh, here's a wit of chivalrith that stretches from an inch narrow to an ell broad.
Nay, good goose, but bite not.
Why? Is not this bitter now than groaning for love? For that driveling love is like a great natural that runs rolling up and down and hide in his babble in a hole.
And is it not well served into a sweet goose?
Oh, thou art deceived. I would have made it short, for I was come to the whole depth of my tale, and meant indeed to occupy the argument no longer.
I stretch it out for that word broad, which added to the goose proves thee far and wide a broad goose.
Peter!
Anon.
My fine Peter!
Good Peter, to hide her face, for the fans the fair face.
God ye good morrow, gentlemen.
God ye good, den, fair gentlewoman.
Is it good then?
'Tis no less, I tell you, the bouty hand of the dial is now upon the prick of noon.
Out upon you, I want a man or you.
One gentleman that God hath made for himself to mar.
By my troth, it is well said, for myself to mar.
I can tell you, but young Romeo will be older when you have found him than he was when with you. Sought him, I'm the youngest of that name, for fault of a worse.
You say well?
Yeah. Is the worst well?
If you be he, sir, I desire some confidence with you.
She will indict him some supper.
Abad, so-ho.
What hast thou found?
No hare, sir, unless a hare, sir, in a Lenten pie. This is something stale and hoary ear it to be spent. Romeo, will you come to your father's?
I will follow you.
Farewell, ancient lady, farewell.
I pray you, sir, what saucy merchant was this that was so full of his ropery?
A gentleman, nurse, that loves to hear himself talk, and will speak more in a minute than he will stand to in a month.
And if speak anything against me, I'll take him down, and if I cannot, I'll find those that shall. Scurvy knave, I am none of his flirt gills, I am none of his skein mates, and thou must stand by too, and suffer every knave to use me at his pleasure.
I saw no use in you at his pleasure. If I had my weapon, should quickly have been out. I warrant you, I dare as John as another man, if I see occasion in a good quarrel, and the law on my side.
Now, afore God, I am so vexed that every part about me quivers, scurvy knave. Pray you, sir, a word. And as I told you, my young lady bid me inquire you out. What she bid me say, I will keep to myself. But first let me tell ye, if ye should lead her into a fool's paradise, as they say, it were a very gross kind of behavior, as they say. For the gentlewoman is young, and therefore, if you should deal double with her, truly it were an ill thing to be offered to any gentlewoman, and very weak dealing.
Nurse, command me to thy lady and mistress. I protest unto thee.
Good at heart and in faith, I will tell her as much. Lord, Lord, she will be a joyful woman.
What wilt thou tell her, nurse? Thou dost not mark me.
I will tell her, sir, that you do protest, which, as I take it, is a gentlemanlike offer.
Bid her devise. Some mean to come to shrift this afternoon, and there shall be at Friar Lawrence cell, be shrived and married. Here is for thy pains.
No, truly, sir, not a penny.
Go to, I say you shall.
This afternoon, sir? Well, she will be there.
And stay, good nurse, behind the abbey wall. Within this hour my man shall be with thee, and bring thee cords made like a tackled stair, which to the high top gallant of my joy must be my convoy in the secret night. Farewell. By trusting I'll quit thee pains. Farewell. Command me to thy mistress.
Now God in heaven bless thee. Hark you, sir.
What's thou, my dear nurse?
Is your man secret? Did you never hear him say, two may keep counsel, putting one away?
I warrant thee my man's as true as steel.
Well, sir, my mistress is the sweetest lady. Lord, Lord, when she 'twas a little prating thing, oh, there is a nobleman in town, one Paris, that would fain lay knife aboard, but she, good soul, has lief see a toad, as see him. I anger her sometimes and tell her that Paris is the proper man, but I'll warrant you, when I say so, she looks as pale as any clout in the versal world.
Ay, nurse, what of that? Both with an R.
A mocker, that is the dog's name. R is for the no. I know it begins with some other letter, and she hath the prettiest sententious of it, of you and Rosemary, that would do you good to hear.
Command me to thy lady.
Aye, 1,000 times. Peter!
Come on!
Before and apace.